It all started with some kind of mildew taking over farms across the world. The government's best scientists were working around the clock to find a way to reverse this damage and kill the mildew all at the same time. They finally came up with a plan that they thought was genius at the time. They created a whole new chemical which, when seeded into the clouds, that it caused the clouds to create violent storms. But the rain appeared to be removing the mildew that was killing all plants around the world, so it appeared that once again that plants would be saved. Farmers around the world were rejoicing and thanking the government for their help. Unbeknownst to them, the same chemical which killed the mildew caused another issue. It joined with and mutated against the previously dead plants, creating a new kind of zombie, mostly made from plants but resistant to most means of eradication. They were resistant to fire, water, and current known chemicals. They had to race around the clock to find a way to remove the newly created zombies before they destroy all of humanity. However, their efforts proved to be in vain as the zombies started to spread rapidly, infecting other plants and animals along the way. Panic swept across the world as people started to realize the extent of the damage. Governments declared states of emergency as they tried to contain the spread of the zombies, but to no avail. The zombies seemed to be unstoppable, and people began to lose hope. But a small group of scientists refused to give up. They had been studying the zombies and discovered that they were susceptible to electricity. They developed a weapon that generated high-voltage electrical currents and set out to destroy the zombies. The weapon was a success, and the zombies started to die off. People rejoiced as the threat to their lives was finally eliminated. However, there was one unforeseen consequence of using the weapon. The high-voltage electrical currents not only killed the zombies, but they also created a new breed of super zombies. These zombies were stronger and faster than the original ones, and were immune to the weapon that had once been used to kill them. The scientists were stunned, and the governments were in disarray as they struggled to find a solution to the new threat. The world was plunged into darkness as the super zombies started to take over, destroying everything in their path. The future seemed bleak, and people were losing hope. But a few brave individuals refused to give up. They banded together to find a way to defeat the super zombies and save the world. Their quest for a solution led them to an ancient temple, where they discovered an ancient manuscript that held the key to defeating the super zombies. The manuscript spoke of a powerful force that could destroy the zombies and restore balance to the world. The individuals set out to find this force, determined to save the world from the terror of the super zombies. The fate of the world rests in their hands as they embark on a perilous journey to find the ancient force and defeat the super zombies once and for all. The continuation of their journey remains to be seen. The new breed of zombies was unlike anything the world had ever seen before. They were fast, intelligent, and nearly indestructible. The world was in a state of panic as governments struggled to find a solution to the new threat. But one scientist, Dr. Emma Thompson, was determined to find a way to defeat the zombies. Dr. Thompson had been studying the zombies since the beginning, and she was convinced that there was a way to reverse the mutation that had created them. She gathered a team of scientists and set out to find a cure. They worked tirelessly, day and night, until finally they discovered a way to reverse the mutation. The cure was a combination of two chemicals that, when mixed together, would neutralize the zombies and return them to their original state. The cure was put into action, and the results were remarkable. The zombies started to die off, and people began to reclaim their cities and towns. But the victory was short-lived. The cure had unintended consequences. The combination of the chemicals created a new, even deadlier breed of zombies. These zombies were even faster and more intelligent than the original ones. They were also immune to the cure. The world was once again plunged into darkness as the new breed of zombies started to spread across the planet. Dr. Thompson and her team were determined to find a solution. They set out on a dangerous journey to a remote island where they believed the answer lay. The island was said to be inhabited by a tribe of people who had lived in isolation for centuries and had developed a way to defend themselves against the zombies. The journey was treacherous, but Dr. Thompson and her team finally made it to the island. The tribe welcomed them with open arms and shared their knowledge of how to defeat the zombies. They told Dr. Thompson that the key to defeating the zombies lay in a powerful weapon known as the Sun Sword. The Sun Sword was said to have the power to destroy the zombies and restore balance to the world. Dr. Thompson and her team set out to find the Sun Sword, determined to use it to defeat the zombies and save the world. Their quest took them to the heart of the zombie-infested territories, where they faced their greatest challenge yet. The continuation of their journey remains to be seen. Dr. Thompson and her team finally reached the location where the Sun Sword was said to be hidden. It was a treacherous journey, but they had come too far to turn back now. As they approached the entrance to the temple where the Sun Sword was housed, they were met by a horde of super zombies. The team was vastly outnumbered, and it seemed like their quest was about to come to a bloody end. But Dr. Thompson and her team were not about to give up. They fought with all their might, determined to reach the Sun Sword and put an end to the super zombies once and for all. The battle was intense, and it seemed like the super zombies were going to win. But just as all hope seemed lost, Dr. Thompson remembered something the tribe had told her. They had said that the Sun Sword would only reveal itself to those who were pure of heart and who had a true desire to save the world. Dr. Thompson closed her eyes and focused all of her energy on finding the Sun Sword. She felt a powerful energy building inside her, and when she opened her eyes, she saw the Sun Sword glowing in front of her. She grabbed the sword and raised it above her head, and the super zombies recoiled in fear. With the Sun Sword in hand, Dr. Thompson and her team fought with renewed vigor, slicing through the super zombies with ease. The tide of the battle turned, and soon the last of the super zombies was destroyed. The world was safe once again. Dr. Thompson and her team returned to civilization with the Sun Sword, and they were hailed as heroes. They had saved the world from a fate worse than death, and the people of the world would never forget their bravery. Years later, Dr. Thompson retired and lived the rest of her life in peace, always remembering the incredible journey that had led her to find the Sun Sword. The world continued to thrive, and the super zombies were nothing but a distant memory. But the legend of the Sun Sword lived on, and generations of people would remember the heroes who had saved the world from certain doom.
Thank you for listening to today's story. If you liked this story and would like to hear more, and/or you would have liked the story to turn out differently, or maybe have an idea for a spin-off to this story or another one altogether, just let us know in the comments below. There will be more stories to come shortly. As always, thank you for visiting my channel. You are all very appreciated.